third year, that's when all the kinks are usually busted out, and the third, fourth, and fifth year is crazy. As I said, we spent the last 3 years just getting a feel for the car. And now I'm telling the team, this is the time to go aggressive.
Nice. Right.
This is the time to go aggressive. Yep. And I think about stories. I talked about, we did the compensation plan earlier. We talked about James and Becky. And for James and Becky, you see how successful they are. And you know what? Some of us here could be that James and Becky. Some of us here could find that James and Becky. You know what's cool about this business? Either way, it's still rewarding.
That's right.
Either way, because some of us here are so afraid saying, I can't do what they do on stage. You don't have to. Just know the people that could. And some of us here, and this is the thing too, some of us here look at our friends for who they are now. If you saw James before the business and how negative he was, if you heard his story, okay, you wouldn't think he'd be someone today being a CEO in this company. Right? Elvis. Now Elvis, again, he was a builder. Now, the thing is, I talk about a lot of the people that have came up in this business. I know today I'm talking about James and Becky, and I think about Elvis and his growth. Some of you guys and gals may not know this, but first things first, Elvis, in North America, he's the number 10 income earner.
Nice.
He does well for a quiet guy, you know what I mean? He's a quiet guy. And through his career, his business, I mean, it's fell apart a couple times. And some of us here, this is what's cool, because when I was thinking about Fred Cooper, he talks about don't quit. When Elvis was up north, as I said, some of us may or may not know this, there were days that he slept in his car. And we see Elvis for who he is now. We hear Elvis like, you know, okay, well, I got these 2 cars, well, maybe I might get this one Rolls Royce. He's still teetering right now. He doesn't know yet. He doesn't know what he wants yet. But you know, that's a good problem to have, right? But imagine having those decisions today. His decisions today. And if you want to know, okay, again, I don't know what he's going to decide on getting, but that car is like $350,000. Yep. Now imagine sleeping in your car. All right? Just what? A couple years ago. What goes on in your mind? And why did he sleep in his car? Because there was no hotel room to stay in. He did not have the money to say, you know what, let me just go get a hotel for myself for one day. And he's in his car. Now, imagine if you were him in that car. Would you think to yourself, maybe I should just go home? You know what I mean? I'm in this car by myself, maybe I should go home. Maybe I should just throw in the towel and go back to Southern California. Right? The saying of giving up too soon. Because if Elvis did that, James and Becky wouldn't be in. How many of us here would not be in here today? Right? Another person, and again, the joy of our compensation plan. And I had another person that I work with. Not working here, but you know, I'll be honest, give him some time, I'm sure he's going to think. He was building a FAR too. See, I believe serious people will make it happen.
Yeah.
But in their mind, failure is not an option. They travel, ironically, it was Northern California too. I'm not saying to just go up north, but ironically, a person I work with went up north and did not calculate everything properly. Did not calculate how much money he had. And he was up north with a friend of his, and they didn't have enough money to get back home. And they weren't dating, it was a she. They weren't dating, but she was like flipping out. Like, oh my gosh, how are we gonna get home? We don't have enough money to get home. And he's like, just, don't worry, I'm gonna figure something out. He takes less than $10 that they had in their pocket, goes to the 99-cent store, buys candy. Buys candy and sells it on the street. In a couple hours, he has enough money, he goes, we're going home, and we have enough money for dinner. Yeah. It's one of his greatest battle stories. And that person today in this industry has made over $1 million. Now again, the joy of our comp plan, see, I don't get any matching bonus off of that in the other company. The reason why I say this is because I want to reference how successful people are.
Right.
And they're the type of people saying, you know what, I'm going to figure this thing out. Most people quit due to embarrassment or the pain is too much. But as I said, imagine living in a car. Imagine you're stranded, you're like, what do I do? But I need to build this business. Is it worth it?
Yes.
Is it worth it? Is it worth it where in a year or two from now, imagine the decisions you'll be making? So I say this as I close because we have our next big event coming in May 9th. And you have the ability right now to grow it. I do hope that some people feel, and it's a positive thing, it's weird, it's a negative yet a positive. That some people may say, I wish I brought more guests today. And it sounds negative that I wish people feel that way. There's a saying that you cannot have the sweet without the sour. And if you feel, I wish I brought some people today, well, you know what? If you feel that way right now, make sure we do it right for May 9th. How many of us here want to blow up their business by May 9th?
Yes.
Should. You should. Give it another year. I mean, Fred Cooper made us take that picture, right?
Yep.
Right? How many of us here truly want to be successful in RX?
Yes.
It's about what we do right now. So team, we're going to give it around 15 minutes of a break. 15 minutes. We only have this room till 4, and then for those qualified for VIP events, and for those that I know have traveled that are cross-line, especially you've done very well in RX, there's a VIP event that's going to be from 3 to 4 o'clock. It might start a little bit later, but that's where you're going to get to hear Mark and Fred pick their brains a little bit. Now team, again, are we going to really blow up our business from now all the way till May 9th?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
How about June convention? Are we going to blow that up? You saw all the announcements that Mark just kind of went by all the slides real quick. Right? And did you hear what Mark said? It was just a few of them. Major announcements in June. But if you want to capitalize on it, blow up your team from now till then. Team, are we going to do it?
Yes.
All right, well, let's make it happen. Well, take care, everybody.
Thank you.